Hey everyone, welcome to the Fantasy Debate with Sam and Tate, brought to you by drroto.com. Get your daily prescription of fantasy sports. This episode is brought to you by WinView Games, the nation's sports prediction leader and home for pregame and live prop contests. You can play against your league mates, play against your family, play against your friends, go ahead and play against your co-host and settle the debate on who knows their stuff best. This week we are, of course, covering the Super Bowl, Rams versus Bengals. Let's go. Make sure you go to winview.tv/doc and get $100 matched on your first deposit. Tate, are you hyped up? I am so hyped up for Super Bowl weekend. Let's go.
It feels like it's poetic that this Super Bowl is going to be played in Hollywood. We have a Hollywood-type script. We got Matthew Stafford trying to cement his legacy as potential Hall of Fame quarterback, trying to get the monkey off his back, the whole stigma that he can't win a playoff game or win the big one or whatever. You know, you got Sean McVay going up against one of his understudies and Zach Taylor. Then you've also got Odell Beckham Jr. trying to complete his redemption arc on the game's biggest stage. So yes, Sam, I am ready. Let's go. LFG, they call it nowadays?
Yeah, LFG. That's what the kids say. I also think that they're two very poetic Hollywood stories, to be honest. I mean, one, the Rams one that you just covered, obviously. You've got Stafford, this seasoned veteran quarterback that finally has this opportunity to be launched and get that Super Bowl chance. And then on the other side of the ball, you've got the young gun in town, almost feels like a Western, and gunslinging Joe Burrow just coming in hot and hyping up his team to a level that's making them all outperform what they did the week before, week in and week out throughout this playoffs. And it's just like, if they can win, if the Bengals can win, imagine what that also says. Like, swagger over draft picks, swagger over money. Like, it's just a whole other level of like underdog, undercat, if you will, in terms of the Bengals. But like, it's just exciting. Like the tenacity of these two teams. I think it's going to be a really good game. And that's all I really hope for tomorrow is just a really big game. I just want it to be good. Just be good.
The narratives are vastly different, right? Like I just kind of listed like 3 bullet points of what the Rams have heading into this contest. And then we're taking a look, flip side of the coin. Yeah, Joe Burrow. Bad, man. They really need to decide on a nickname for our boy Joe. Like, I'm getting sick of like Joe Burr. There's Joey B. Like, somebody make up
Joe Cool.
Yeah, I mean, like somebody. I thought that was Joe Montana. Anyway, point is, Burrow has arrived, right? I mean, second season in the National Football League, barely 12 months removed, Sam, from tearing up his knee, right?
He shredded his knee. This wasn't just, maybe one ligament torn, maybe a little thing here. He shredded his knee. And the fact that he's coming back and doing this, I also loved that he left the trophy on the stand for Comeback Player of the Year at NFL Honors, because that's not the one he's interested in this weekend. He's waiting for the big trophy. Did you notice that?
I noticed it, and I also think there should have been some chatter about NFL MVP for Joe Burrow. Now, granted, do I think that he should have won it? No, but I didn't hear very many mentions as far as Joe Burrow. But when you think about the vast turnaround of this team, Sam, would you not say that Joe Burrow is the driving force behind the reason why the Cincinnati Bengals are heading to SoFi Stadium and playing against the Los Angeles Rams for the game's biggest prize?
Oh, absolutely. He's a huge part of this. I mean, I don't think they would be where they are now without him. And it's just exciting to see that what one pivotal player can do to launch and catapult a team to this status, to be in the big game. We've got Danger joining us as always. Thank you so much, John, for tuning in. He says Aaron Donald might get 10 sacks just himself. That's another thing that I don't know if you've heard mulling around the radio and all the media sphere, but people polling for Aaron Donald to possibly get the MVP nod in this one, which I think they have a really good case for, because I think it's going to have to be the Rams defense that just nudges out the offense of the Bengals.
Look, I understand the narrative. Again, I love narratives. I love good stories.
We love stories.
But this isn't a career award achievement, lifetime award or something. That Super Bowl MVP is whoever the most valuable player was in the Super Bowl. So I get it. If it's close, I think then you'll see. Like if Aaron Donald has a sack and a half or 2 sacks or a forced fumble or something like that, and it's a close game, yeah, probably. But I mean, we're going to get into that I mean, Joe Burrow, though, is also another one. I mean, I imagine if the Bengals are going to pull off what I consider would be an upset because they're playing at SoFi. I mean, this is in your backyard. If you're the Los Angeles Rams, you're never going to have a better opportunity.
Fireworks are going to be that way. I know exactly what they're going to be over there. And I'll
be able to hear
there. I'm not going to be there. I'm just saying, like, it's less than 20 minutes away from me, the actual stadium. So, like, we're going to be able to hear the madness. It's going to be so loud. I can already tell just how intense this is going to be because this is the first, huge next level event at SoFi Stadium. So the traffic has already been terrible. Like, just to go somewhere today that would normally take you maybe 50 minutes is a 3-hour drive. Like, traffic is bad. So
are you just setting up camp in your backyard with and putting a Rams jersey on Knox or something, and you're just going to sit in your backyard whenever you hear like a bunch of people screaming, just wave a Rams flag?
I literally could set it up that way, and it would actually probably be a lot of fun. And Knox refuses to wear a Rams jersey. I believe that he wants the Bengals to win. I think it's a cat thing. I'm not quite sure why, but he's in his own mood on that. But let's cover a little bit of what we just anticipate for the game. I mean, obviously, we expect Joe Burrow to come out hot and to absolutely just, do nothing but hit dingers across the field to all of his wide receivers. However, what I'm kind of looking forward to seeing is how Joe Mixon stacks up against the Rams defense, because the Rams, what we've known all season long is that they're a team that can be run on. And I kind of wonder if this is that big pivotal game where we actually see Joe Mixon take another leap forward and have that, at least 90 rushing yard game, the touchdown that kind of puts them over. I'm kind of wondering if that's more of what we're going to anticipate, just because of how the Ram defense have snagged up against running backs this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of the problem with that is how is the Cincinnati offensive line going to perform as a unit against that front of the Los Angeles Rams?
Yeah.
And look, I know that we're going to talk a lot about Aaron Donald, but if I'm Raheem Morris, I'm going after Hakeem. And I'm talking about Hakeem Adeniji, the right guard of the Cincinnati Bengals. And if you've ever seen Coming to America, when you think of garbage, think of Hakeem. No, I don't want to call a man garbage. Hakeem Adeniji is a professional athlete, but he has had a rough year. And there has been moments where he's put Joe Burrow in harm's way with missed assignments. And this is something probably Maddie Kroll is all over, right? Because she obviously does a great job, like breaking down offensive line play and assignments and stuff of that.
She lives in the trenches. She loves it.
Right. So, but that matchup in particular, Hakeem Adeniji versus Aaron Donald, if they're able to scheme it up to where they get any sort of one-on-one looks, and how do you do that? You show blitz, you get them trying to make, either shifts or trying to lock it up and make sure your assignments sound pre-snap, because when the ball goes post-snap, you better have your assignments buttoned up against not only Aaron Donald, but Leonard Floyd and Von Miller on the outside as well. And I just running the football would be the way to counteract it. I don't know what you're going to do with Aaron Donald.
Yeah, he is a beast, to put it lightly. So I do wonder how they're going to be able to bottle him up if they can. But the other thing that the Bengals have to worry about, and just a stat that I see flying around right now, is that they struggle against the too high safety the most. And they are a team that has struggled against it all season long. And the team that plays that the most is the Rams, and they haven't had to play against this offense or play against this defense before. So this is brand new to them. But the thing that I keep going back to is how they were able to make adjustments against Kansas City, and how they've just continued to be right there and be so good at adjusting mid-game, as opposed to other teams in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, no, styles make fights though. And unfortunately, the strengths of the Los Angeles Rams particularly expose the weaknesses of the Cincinnati offense, which is the interior part of that offensive line. That's what has me concerned. Now, how do you counterpunch that? Establish the running game if you can. If that doesn't work, then you got to screen. I want to see some quick screens, whether it be to Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, or Jamar Chase. get the screen game going, slow down Von Miller and Leonard Floyd off the edges. And of course, the fewer times that you have to hold the ball against Aaron Donald, the better. So, but one thing that the Bengals, Sam, have been great about all season long is they know their deficiencies up front. They know they can't hold up for very long. Mm-hmm. So how do you counterpunch that? When you get one-on-ones on the outside with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins in particular, you take your shots. And no one has done it. Well, I would say no one, but very few have done it better than Joe Burrow this season. And Zach Taylor certainly dials it up and knows and trusts that Joe Burrow is going to identify those matchups pre-snap. But like you said, if they're able to go too high safety and allocate the appropriate resources to limit Jamar Chase and T. Higgins getting those one-on-ones on the outside, and they make Joe Burrow hold the ball for just an extra second, I mean, I could see some pretty gaudy sack totals from the LA Rams in this game.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I could see that as well. I mean, but Joe Burrow's no stranger to putting up with a defense that's going to sack him a lot. Yeah. Obviously, we keep going back to this game against the Titans where he was sacked 9 times, but still had over 340 passing yards and managed to pull out the win in that game. Obviously, there was a lot of heavy weight on the foot of their kicker that made it so that they could get to the next level. However, this man is not scared of getting hit, getting taken out, and getting back up. So on the other side of the ball, what are the Bengals gonna have to do so much better against the Rams than they've done in their other matchups that you feel is going to set them apart and maybe set them up for a win?
Well, Burrow's a bad boy, and I understand that so you're asking what the Bengals offense is going to have to do to
I mean, obviously we know he's going to be targeting Jamar Chase anytime he gets even the smallest window. He's going to be getting the ball to him. T. Higgins has been huge all playoffs, just being an outlet as well. CJ Uzoma is playing, but how hurt is he if he's not able to go 100%? Maybe Tyler Boyd has a really big game.
Right.
I already said earlier, I feel like Joe Mixon is set up for, getting hit over the middle a lot in this one. But what's this other level that they're going to have to take it to? Like, we already know all that. Is there anything else that they might have up their sleeves, you think, that would set them apart to get that win?
No, I mean, are you going to be able to execute, right? And are you going to be able to hit on those one-on-one opportunities when you do get them? Because they will get a couple of them, and Jamar Chase is going to get a couple of them, and you're also on the other side of the football. You're looking at Jalen Ramsey, who is widely considered, one of the best, if not the best cover corner in the National Football League. And you're telling me that he's not going to take it as a challenge to check Jamar Chase or T. Higgins one-on-one here and there?
Yeah,
certainly that is within the realm of possibility that you're going to get your shot, but it's going to be against Jalen Ramsey. So how effective are they going to be, and are they going to be able to land those punches when they see an opening, a one-on-one? Are they going to be able to connect and execute at the rate that they've been able to do this entire NFL postseason? I guess we're going to get into our predictions a little bit later, but that's
we'll open that up in just a second.
You got to land those punches. They got to take their chances. They will. Joe Burrow will do that. He will keep firing away. But are they going to be able to land them? We'll have to find out.
We'll definitely have to find out if they're going to be able to keep that pace up. I mean, the thing that we have to look back at the previous postseason games and all the playoff matchups that they've had is obviously what we've found from Joe Burrow is he can come back from behind. He can come back from a deficit that just looks like there is no tomorrow for you. So I do feel like if they get down early, which I kind of feel like they might, just based on the Rams and the way Sean McVay likes to throw points up on the board as quickly as he can. And he's been in this scenario before, so he knows he's going to have to Cobra strike very early in this game to, set the tone for what the entire game is going to be. I don't know that the Rams, at least this entire season, anytime they've been up and they've let their foot off the gas a little bit, they've allowed teams to come back. I feel like the Bengals are a team that you cannot allow to have that comeback, because then there's going to be no stopping that momentum. That's kind of this, I don't know, this little bit of a struggle that I'm having. There's a friction in me thinking about who's going to actually win this game.
See, the adjustments are the sign of a great coaching staff. And one thing, I mean, say what you want about Zach Taylor, and there were many doubters, haters, non-believers of Zach Taylor heading into the 2021 NFL season. not only do I think he's proven people wrong, but you got to give a lot of flowers, a lot of credit to the defensive coordinator of the Cincinnati Bengals, Lou Anarumo, because Patrick Mahomes scored on the first 3 drives in the AFC Championship game at Arrowhead, and they didn't flinch. Yeah. They made some adjustments. To get specific, they started dropping 8 and using Sam Hubbard, of all people, a defensive end, to just help leverage in the beginning part of a concept that's called bounce, which is basically just a 2-player, one's a pivot out from the number 3 receiver, and then normally the number 2 receiver is just doing a quick little wrap in dig route. And that's what they shredded the Bengals on time and time again on those first 3 opening possessions. But the Bengals made the adjustment. They made Patrick Mahomes hold the football, which can be dangerous at times, but it came back to bite him in those pivotal moments, and he was just not Patrick Mahomes. He wasn't superhuman. He proved he was human for the first time in his NFL career, but you have to give the Bengals defense credit. And I think they are going to, whether the Rams get off to a fast start or not, the Bengals are going to have a counterpunch on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, I definitely think that, they're going to have to. And obviously they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this, professional teams, professional staff, they're going to have done their homework to know what they need to do to outlast each other in this one. Before we jump into the props, I just want to know, just off like your gut feeling, do you feel like there's an overtime potential for this game?
No.
No, you feel like this is fourth quarter done?
No. I'll tell you who here in a little bit.
But... All right. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and just pull this up again. Guys, please head on over to winview.tv/doc, and then Winview will go ahead and match up to $100 on your first deposit. It's a lot of fun. We're going to run through them all really quick right now as soon as I can get rid of this banner, because I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Yep, there we go. All right, we're going to go through these questions one by one. I'm excited to run through them with you, Mr. Derek Tate. Number 1. And of course, Winview always does this. They throw you right into the mix. They want to know how you're feeling and how you're leaning on these. LA Rams win this game by 4 or more points. Yes or no?
Damn it. I was going to try to build the suspense.
I know. You know what I mean? I know you were going to try to, but you can't. Well, there's no hiding it anymore.
Fine. I'll show my hand. Right. I'm already all in, I guess, pre-flop. I'm just pushing my chips to the center on this one. I say the LA Rams are going to win by more than 4 points. So I'm going yes on this one. Yeah. To kind of give the justification why, I know we're going to talk about and break down the other 11 questions on this slate for Winview. Mm-hmm. For me particularly, I think what the Rams do well happens to be a weakness for the Cincinnati Bengals, in particular, their defensive matchup, in particular up front, against that Bengals offensive line. I think that's what's going to make the difference, Sam. I love Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has arrived. We know that the Bengals have a very bright future. I don't believe they're going to have enough to slow down that unit up front, and they're going to get to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is going to be game. He's going to keep him around, but I do think that the Rams are just the better football team, and I see them winning by 2 scores.
By 2 scores?
I do. I know.
I feel like it's going to be so much closer than that.
I want it to be. I'm actually cheering. Well, I don't know. Tyler Higbee, who isn't playing tomorrow, which, oh God, that's just
gut punch.
That's terrible. We obviously he's a friend of the show and everything of that nature. My dad was his very first football coach. It's what a devastating thing to not be available to play in a Super Bowl, because you just never know if you're ever going to have that opportunity ever again. That's what you're doing all this for, right?
That's brutal.
Wish him a speedy recovery, and very proud of what he's done, not only this season but during his entire football career. Tips.
And he should definitely be proud of his postseason performance as well. Like he wasn't absent. He's a big part of why they got to where they are now.
Absolutely, and I think it hurts them not having him.
It does.
I do. I know Blanton's done a great job filling in last week, but Higbee adds something in the passing game, and he's also pretty sound and effective as far as run blocking goes. So, not having Tyler Higbee could have an impact on this football game. Make no mistake. I just think on the defensive side of the football, though, although I do trust Cincinnati's defense, the Rams offense is loaded.
Yeah.
The Rams defense is loaded. And unfortunately, the strength of arguably the best defensive player that's ever laced them up in Aaron Donald is, I just don't see an answer. Like, and I don't want to ignore that. Like, I mean,
no, we can't ignore that. However,
he lines up right over the football.
I just want to bring it back to the question, because we do have a lot to go through. But for me, I feel like the Bengals are going to be able to. I do feel like they're going to get down. I do still think that the Rams win this one, but it's really hard for me to say yes that they win by 4, because I feel like it's just the Joe Burrow factor. You can't. It's an immeasurable factor of craziness that he's able to pull and get that win back. So for me, I want to say no, but I'll go with yes. I think it is the more logical solution, more logical answer here. I don't want to make the vote with my heart, but I do feel like the Rams win out, but I don't feel like it's by 2. I think that's too much.
Your account. You do what you do.
What by 4 or more, it's fine.
what I do want to preface this though. I think if it's that close, I'd go with the Bengals. Like, because I trust Joe Burrow more, and I trust Evan McPherson more. Like, he's off to a Hall of Fame start to his kicking career. I know we don't talk about, Hall of Fame kickers very much on the fantasy debate with Sam Tate, but I do think that Evan McPherson is a factor. The third facet of football games does matter, in particular in playoff games, because how many times can you think of that a special teams event swings the momentum and ends up being the deciding factor? Cough, cough. The Green Bay Packers against the San Francisco 49ers with the block punt.
100%. I just feel like by 2 touchdowns is too much. I think the 4 points is okay, but it's something about my gut says that that's not going to happen. But I went yes anyways, so we'll go on to number 2.
Well, thank you.
Both teams combined for 49 or more points in this game. This one is really tough for me. I've been going back and forth on what I feel like the final score will be, because I've been leaning around the 21-24 type range for myself. How about you?
I'm going 30-21 Rams. So if I'm doing my math, that's 51 points. I can
that
do
is
math.
Good math. Good job. You could do
Thanks.
it. Proud of you.
So I'm going yes, but I mean, what do you think?
I want to go yes too, just because I want this to be a big firepower game and I want to see all the points all over the board. And I think that both teams have the potential for that, which is why it's not, it's not an easy thing to say just no on this. I feel like the odds are in our favor that this is going to be a high scoring affair.
If they get Joe Mixon going early, Sam, I do think the Bengals offense can put up points if you give the Rams defense a reason to have to go single high safety, right? Yeah. If you can run them out of those 2 deep safety looks, and then you start getting your one-on-ones that you covet with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on the outside, then we're talking a completely different story. I just don't know if I trust that they're going to be able to run them out of those two high safety looks.
Yeah. This is going to be so brutal, but I can't wait for it. I'm so excited.
Let's roll.
I just can't wait. All right. Number 3, Joe Burrow completes more passes than Matt Stafford in this game. This is an interesting one. I feel like
yes.
I feel like yes too, just because if they do get down early, Joe Burrow is going to have to make up for that loss. And it's going to be just like with the Titans game, despite getting all those sacks, he had that over 340 yards. I think that potential yardage is there. I anticipate we're going to get a yardage questions here, and I'm going to definitely bet the over on that as well. So I'm going to say yes. We're both saying yes on this one. On to the next.
If you're watching the video feed, I don't know why I just went with a cat person type look. I don't know. But I wanted to say this. Maybe it's because of the Bengals. If I don't know where I was going with this.
I don't know where you were going with this either.
But what was the previous question? You already moved on from it. But what are we talking about? What was it again?
We were talking about Burrow's yardage.
oh no, completions.
Yes, completions.
Yeah, I'm wanting to be wrong. I want Joe Burrow and the Bengals. My gut is kind of pulling for the underdog or the undercat here. I do want the Bengals to kind of pull this out. I love Joe Burrow. He's fun to watch. And I honestly believe it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, Sam, in the AFC. Hopefully your Steelers get a quarterback here soon.
Hopefully we do. Because we have one job this offseason. Actually, we have 2 jobs. We need to get a quarterback and fix our offensive line. No big deal. We just have to fix those 2 things. and then compete with Joe
because
Burrow.
quarterbacks are easy to find and all that stuff. So
easy.
But no, I mean, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and the whole litany of talented young gunslingers, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, blah, 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 blah. We're really going to be spoiled in the AFC if you're a fan of any of those teams. Sorry, Sam. But I do think that the Bengals are going to be playing from behind. I do think that they're going to have to, if they're going to win this game, Joe Burrow is going to have to be the reason why, and he's going to have to be tossing his seeds like I called him a gardener before. He's going to be being out there throwing accurate seeds all over the football field. So, yeah. I say yes to that. Sorry, that was a long-winded answer. I know we're trying to move through this quickly. That's not possible.
We're only
Sam,
on number 4 now.
Sam, there's no rush. We have no more football games to actually analyze after this Super Bowl Sunday. So for like 5 months.
We do get the fun stuff of analyzing rookies, which I know that you and I both love. So we'll get to look forward to that. All of our lovely listeners and viewers will get to look forward to that as we over dissect our incoming rookie class. Cannot wait for that. However, let's finish this up. Or try to, because we're both just too amped up and too excited. But Ja'Marr Chase records 7 or more receptions in this game.
That's a good line, because I'm right on the fence with it. Yeah. I'm going to say no. That's a high number.
It is a high number, and I just feel like T. Higgins has a really good game, and I feel like if Joe Burrow is going to get it to whoever he can, and even though he's going to try and hit Ja'Marr Chase, he's not shy to hit Tyler Boyd. He's not shy to hit T. Higgins. He's not shy to hit Uzomah. I mean, and Mixon is going to be a factor in the passing game. I very much believe that. Yeah, Samaje Perine's going to be in there as well. Looking at his previous games, I mean, the targets are there for Chase, but the receptions are not to hit this number for me. I just feel like, I mean, last game, 6, 5, and then 9 against the Raiders. This is not the Raiders. I don't think that Chase is going to get as many opportunities as he did in that game. So I'm going to agree. I'm going to go with no on that one as well.
What's the scouting report on the Bengals? Make sure that Ja'Marr Chase doesn't beat you. I mean, Joe Burrow's going to do his thing, but I would certainly double Ja'Marr Chase. If they don't, then even with Jalen Ramsey, Ja'Marr Chase is going to make his plays.
Absolutely. All right. Someone else that they're going to have to figure out how to bottle up, Cooper Kupp. This one is about him. Records 90 or more total receiving yards in this game.
The worst game he had all season was like 64 yards receiving. I mean, this dude is just filthy. And the year that he's having, the way that him and Stafford have instantly gelled. I mean, they go together like lamb and tuna fish.
Gross.
Spaghetti and meatball, better analogy. Anyway, come on, Rob Schneider. Big Daddy, get on my level. Point is, Cooper Kupp, I think he's going over 90 yards. So I'm saying yes.
Yeah, that's kind of an easy yes for me as well. Just looking at his last 2 games, he had over 100 yards in each of those, almost 150 in the very last one. So I just feel like, yeah, that's a smashing the over for me.
Though. I'll say this: the Rams offense. When I was saying they're loaded, right? It's because whether it's a Awuzie, Eli Apple. Mike Hilton, I mean, it's not that the corners are bad for the Cincinnati Bengals. They're good. I mean, and I love Von Bell and Jesse Bates. They have a really good secondary. I actually think that's the reason the Bengals are in the Super Bowl, because they were able to match up against the Kansas City Chiefs. At least limit the, punch and pop that Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce had in the second half. That's nuts. How many teams can say that? The Bengals were, but
Cooper Kupp is playing at an insane level right now. That's just making people look like they don't know how to do their job, even though they're all, like you're saying, more than capable of doing it. It's just that his route running, his efficiency is just absolutely out of this world.
They manufacture touches for him. And when you manufacture touches for a guy that's playing the way that he is, 90 yards is like a normal day at the office.
Yeah. All right. Number 6, both teams commit a turnover in this game. I want to hit yes on this. I feel like there is going to be, I feel like the defense is going to be key to both teams. We've talked about it ad nauseum in this show. I feel like we keep going back and forth on the potential not just for turnovers, but for interceptions. I mean, I think that there is definitely a chance that both teams get a turnover here. This is an easy yes for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you on this one. I think that the pass rush is going to either directly get a strip sack on Joe Burrow or force him into a mistake by, like a bothered, rushed pressured throw or something like that. And then Stafford generally throws you one or two a game. Like, he gives you an opportunity. I mean, Jaquaski Tart in the NFC Championship game, like,
still kicking himself for it.
Popped it. And that Niners fans are probably going to be like, that's what cost us the game or something like that. Well, not really, but it didn't help. And then, not to mention, the week before that, they fumbled like 3 or 4 times or something against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, this team has had problems taking care of the football in the postseason. So, I do think that both teams turned it over once.
And number 7 is going to keep this conversation on the defensive side. Which team records the most sacks in this game? I think that, quick job, both of us, if we had to write it down and then show it, it'd both be saying Rams right now.
I think it's definitely the Rams. No disrespect to Trey Hendrickson or Sam Hubbard of the Cincinnati Bengals, but it's more so the offensive line that I have issues with for the Bengals. So definitely the Rams.
Completely agree. This is an easy yes for me. On to the next one. Either team records an offensive play of 65 or more yards in this game. This has a high potential yes for me.
You want to go yes?
I want to go yes. I feel like not only do you have Cooper Kupp that is just absolutely lightning in a bottle, that if Stafford at all for some reason manages to get him one-on-one, he's going to be lights out. And we've seen him all playoffs, Stafford throw these Hail Mary passes on first down when he didn't even need to. So he's going to take his shots. We know that. And then obviously Burrow is completely capable of doing the same. So I feel like it's
65 though. It's one thing if it's like 40, but 65, like, damn, like
calling it, saying yes.
All right, so then what I would do is I would go with the risk-free 750 because that 65 yards is pretty damn far. Unless you're, who do you think scores the 65-yard plus tutty then?
I think it's going to be T. Higgins, or I think it's going to be Cooper Kupp or OBJ for the Rams.
There's got to be a good prop for that then. Like, you got to find a prop, and you better like throw $100. I'll throw $100 on it.
Yeah, Venmo me after the show.
After I win $100,000, thanks. Stam, I'll buy you a Steelers hat.
I have so many Steelers hats, like low-key. I think I have 10 Steelers.
Low-key, you should kick my ass if that's all I give you if I win $100,000 because of your suggestion.
See, don't you like where my brain goes? It doesn't even go to like, oh, why didn't you give me more money? It's like I don't need another hat, actually. See,
I'll buy Knox a hat. Deal.
He would hate it. Would refuse to wear this hat. Anyway,
Knox like anyway. That's another episode. Go ahead.
He likes to scratch my couch, and that's about it. Joe Mixon rushes for 75 or more total yards in this game.
I'm going no, but I know you want to say yes.
I want to say yes. I feel like he is going to be a critical part of this game for the Bengals to stay in it, and I think it's going to happen. So I definitely feel like 75 is a good number for me. So I'm going to say yes. I already used my risk-free, so I can't, but that's okay.
I just wonder if they fall behind, how long is Joe Burrow or Joe Mixon going to be getting carries? That's my counterpoint.
I know.
You're rolling with it. You think he's going to get going? Let's go.
I feel like he's going to be able to get it going. All right. Aaron Donald or T. Hendrickson for Cincinnati record a full sack in the game. I think that's an easy yes. Yeah, we've got an or question here.
God almighty. Yes.
That's a hard yes.
I'd bet my life on this.
Maybe don't, but sure. Yeah.
What are you doing 250 for? No, go 750. What the hell? No.
Well, because they changed the way that the points work, so I can't spend everything 750 like I normally do.
But you only got like 3 questions left. You know that one's going to be a yes.
Oh my God. Make me go back.
This is your account. Like, come on, damn it. Like, don't make me like, wag the finger, like spend your money, spend your points the way that I think so on your account. Like, listen to me. I'm like a backseat driver.
You are a backseat driver. You're a Monday morning quarterback is what you're being right now. All right. Number 11, either team scores 34 or more points in the game. You feel like the Rams are going to score 30. Do you feel like the potential for 34 is there?
It's there, but
it's a no.
That's a major ass whooping. I'm saying no.
Yeah. I'm going to say no to that as well. I'll go 500 on that. Last one, I'll go 700. All right. 5 or more players record at least 5 receptions in the game.
Oh, damn it. They're making me do math here.
I know math is so hard. My palms are sweating.
Jamar Chase, probably, I think he has 6 receptions. Well, I hated the 7 line because it's close, but I think he has 6. I do think Cooper Kupp hits that mark. I do think OBJ hits that mark.
Yes.
Higgins, yes. Oh, Tyler Boyd. Damn it.
I feel like it could happen.
It definitely could. Shnikes. I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna go.
You gotta count Mixon in that as well, just because for receptions. I mean, we're just talking players; they're not being specific to wide receivers.
Right. I'm gonna say yes. 3, like, because you get the extra bonus, right? That's the kind of the tiebreaker to me. It's like you get 3 times 8, whatever your wager is.
Yeah, I like that. Making that prediction, locking it in.
All 3 of the Bengals receivers better show up, otherwise I'm gonna be not upset because it's your account.
Yeah. No, you have never had anything to be mad about because it's my account. Oh my God. Too funny. Guys, again, please check out.
To play for money. I'm not allowed to play for money here in Michigan.
Guys, please check out WinView games. They're a lot of fun. Go ahead and head on over winview.tv/doc. They'll match a $100 deposit on your first deposit. So it's a lot of fun. Please check it out. Tate, we need to run through the last of the gamut of the classic Super Bowl questions that everyone has. Okay. Favorite snack?
Taco dip.
Ooh, taco dip. Okay.
Most people are going to go wingy. That's fine. Wingy is a staple of. If you ask me for the spread, like
a spread. Like you've got a fully loaded table.
What you really need is a sampler. You really need to have an all-star sampler here.
Okay, but this question is, what is your favorite? Not like you cannot pick across. Like this is not that situation. You're picturing a table that is fully loaded. Fully loaded. There isn't a thing missing of any kind of snack. There's piggies in a blanket, there's wings, there's ribs, there's all the dips, like all of the stuff. Pick your favorite.
Horse crap.
I want all of it. Derek Tate cannot make a decision. I want all the snacks and I want them all now.
Damn it. I would probably go with taco dip. I don't know what it is.
It's, you can't, the heart wants what it wants and there's no judgment. My heart wants ribs always. So I go ribs. That is my thing.
Just messing with your fingers the rest of the time. Like
that's fine. I'm not impressing anyone at a Super Bowl party. I am just there to enjoy my life, which means get it everywhere. Give me all the barbecue sauce, and like it usually ends up getting in my hair. It's fine. Like I'm happy. I'm a happy camper when I'm eating ribs.
I got jelly in my daughter's hair today. It was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I apologize.
How are you feeding her?
Father of the year. No, she was feeding herself. Okay, so I cut it up. I removed the crust, and I cut it into little tiny squares with equal jelly and peanut butter distribution. And she would show it to me and offer it to me and go, and I'm like, no, it's all you. And then she apparently one time had her hair in her face and just decided to start dabbing herself up like makeup and before I know it, her hair is sticky, and I had to give her another bath. I'm like, oh God.
See, that's exactly how I am with ribs, so I can relate.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I picture you being like that.
All right, so then we talk snacks. Okay, so go to beverage. Like your most Super Bowl festivities, people are imbibing throughout the game. Is there like a go-to that you're like, oh, that's just key, or that's something that you bring every single time?
I think I'd make it pretty simple for the Super Bowl. It's always beer because it's on Sunday. Like you're not getting too festive. Like you got to work on Monday. Like that's the only gripe I have about Super Bowl Sunday.
Did you hear that?
You have to work on Monday.
Did you hear that Cincinnati School District? They've already said win or lose, there's no school on Monday. Don't you kind of love that?
I knew I liked Cincinnati for a reason.
They're like, because win or lose, I mean, if they lose, everyone's going to be sad. No one's going to want to come in. Everyone's going to be all upset. But then if they win, just the celebration's not going to end. So I really appreciate that mindset of just
awesome.
No school Monday. Just
no, yes. that is a power move that I can support. It's a power move.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. Goodness. All right. So then, okay. So you got your snack, you've got your drink, you've got your beer. I'm going to go with a seltzer because I can tend to pace myself more with those. But you know me, I'm LA, so I love my hard kombuchas because what am I doing here? That's just me. But that aside, leading up to the game, you're there with all your friends.
Right.
Is there a game that you have to play before the game? Like, are you playing flag football with your friends? Is it flip cup? Is it beer pong? Is it cornhole? What are you playing?
Well, I mean, I played all three of those at one point in my life. I would say flag football or touch football out in the street definitely, occurred when I had young legs and I was out there able to run whip routes with the best of them on concrete, diving into brick mailboxes and stuff like that. Yeah, I still got the scar to prove it.
So many questions, but move on.
I gave
so many questions, but we're moving on.
Gave 110% at all times. So, 100%. All right, then we graduated to flip cup. During the college years, that's a natural progression. Yeah. And then, a little cornhole because it's just easy to throw a bean bag. And, I still find myself like taking 3-step drops and trying to drop it into the bucket. Yeah. But I can't throw it like I used to, Sam. I ain't got it anymore. I'm over the hill.
See, and for me, give me either flip cup or give me beer pong. That's like my go-to warm-up for any festivity that kind of sets the tone for me on just the entire day. So especially because it's going to be hot out. It's already in the 90s here in LA. It's just give me the beer pong setup,
You need to stop talking about 90-degree weather right now.
I'm sorry. It was really hot today.
I'm going to prematurely leave this chat. Like Tater has left the chat.
It was so hot. I think I got.
I just called myself in the third person. Like it would sound so much cooler if I was like The Rock or something like that. But the Rock has left the chat. Anyway, next question.
Next question to end it. Okay, so obviously both of us are, I wouldn't say pulling for, but we think that the Rams are going to win tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes. So I've got your score. You think it's 30-21. That's kind of where you're living at. I think I'm going to go with like a weird one just because maybe there's a safety. And I think that it's just I got to throw like some odd numbers
already. Is that it?
I don't have the squares yet because those are a last minute thing. And you always draw numbers at the end. There is a routine to doing your squares. And I have that down. So I'm going to go with 27-23. I'm going to be weird with it because why not? That's going to put it. That's going to put me over that's going to put me over the 49 that we already previously bet, and I definitely agree with that. So I just think
what's the hardest number to get for squares? Probably like 9 and 5.
I think it's like 28 and 22. I think 8 and 2. I'm
saying like the last really digit though. Like it's 9 and 5. I feel like or 9, 5, and 2. 9, 5, and 2 feel like the biggest pain in the asses. So yeah. Well, all right, that's fine.
Any last thoughts before we wrap this up? Any hopes that you like random things for tomorrow? Do you have the over under on the national anthem? I believe it's 1:35.
I don't have that. What I do want to say is I'm going to go ahead. I believe it's DraftKings Sportsbook. I don't know if everybody has access because I think it's only available in certain states. But there's a plus 10,000 on if Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford both throw for a touchdown pass each and run for one each. Plus 10,000.
I like that.
I was going to say I'm going to throw maybe 100, 200 on it.
Okay.
I know I'm going to probably lose, but it's like my lottery ticket that, I become a millionaire if this would have to be a shootout for this probably happen, right? Like, both teams just, scoring points all over the place. Matthew Stafford just sneaks one in from the 1 yard line and Burrow does
his little dance.
Burrow's more athletic than people give him credit for, but I'm saying he runs one into. It's highly unlikely, but if it is like a 42-38 Super Bowl and there's like 11 touchdowns scored, maybe
there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. I like it. I think this is a prop that a lot of people would be interested in, especially with that
for
line.
$100. I mean, I've spent $100 on way stupider stuff in my life.
I spent $60 on gas today.
Yeah, I mean that's nuts. I apologize, but
I live in California.
Yeah, I live up here, and it's cold.
It was hot today.
It's like 90 degrees.
It's like 90 degrees, but gas is expensive.
Yeah, I just want to sign off.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for making the Super Bowl sad, Sam. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you all for listening and tuning in to another episode of the Fantasy Debate with Sam and Tate. Please like and subscribe. Follow us for off-season content. Tate loves to break down the tape of the rookies, and I love to dive into it as well. It is a lot of fun, so be sure to check us out and keep up on all of that. You can follow Derek at dtater4 on Twitter and myself at Samantha R. Holt at Twitter as well. Check out all the other content as well on drroto.com. The seasonal DFS tools are there. There's premium access to our staff for all your fantasy sports questions in the members-only Discord. And be sure to check it all out right here at drroto.com. Have a wonderful Super Bowl, everyone. Peace out.
So this is our last technical podcast.
I said peace out, and you're still talking.
The 2000. I want to say goodbye too.
Okay, you say bye.
Are you the only one allowed to say goodbye? Yeah,
it's written in the outro.
I'm off script then.
Go off script. It's fine.
Thank you for following us. Thank you for supporting us during the 2021 NFL season and all the seasons prior. It's been a lot of fun. It's going to continue to be more fun pushing into 2022 and beyond. So thank you, everybody. Until next time, enjoy Super Bowl 56 and later, says a Tater.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out